Selena Gomez and her mother are in major trouble for not paying employees. We got to talk about this. But before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian. I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. So grab a snack and a drink and hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Best friend, we got to talk. I just also really wanted to say happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. I am always in such awe of your superpowers because it really truly is just it's a thankless job, and it's so many sacrifices that you do that your kids don't even know about. But I just want to say you are appreciated, you are loved, and you are seen, and I love you. And to all who cannot be with their moms today, whether they're in heaven or whatever the reason is, I'm sending you the most squishiest hug ever. May you feel it. May you know that you are loved, that you are not alone, and that you will forever be loved by me. And that is a promise. And I love you all so much. And I know today can be hard. So I'm sending you some extra love. Come here, bitch. Come here. All right. So let's talk Selena Gomez and her mom, Teefey. Mandy Teefey, of course. Girl, you know I've been calling her Teefey. Teefey, icon, okay? So Forbes magazine posted a very, very long article, best friend. So, best friend, this is the article. It says Selena Gomez's mental health startup couldn't pay its employees last month. Now, the article is very long. So I know you guys have places to go, places to be, and on my channel, you get the tea. So before I go into the very long article, I'm going to give you guys basically like the highlights of it, okay? So if you wanted to stay and hang out with me while we read this together, you are so more than welcome. But I know that some of you are busy. You just want the tea. So I also got you, girl, okay? So here are some of the quick recaps, okay? So the starter up, Wondermind, got a little messy. Turns out they couldn't pay their employees or vendors in March, like at all. Some people didn't get checks and health benefits were cut off, okay? But here's the real tea. When Selena found out, she didn't just sit there and cry in the club, girl. No, she pulled out her wallet and invested more of her money to help fix it. Keep in mind, she's not even involved to the day-to-day. She just heard the news and was like, not on my watch. Okay, girl. She obviously, this is more of her mom's baby, okay? And let's not forget her mom, Mandy Teefey, who is the CEO. She literally took out, this is the thing. It says that she took out a personal loan to keep things moving. But other outlets are reporting that there was no loan taken out, so I'm a little confused on that. But now media outlets were quick to jump on this story. Of course, Forbes dropping the news first. They got the scoop from insiders spilling the tea. But honestly, building a mental health empire isn't always smooth, girl, okay? And Selena stepped up when it mattered. But people, of course, want to be so fucking nasty towards Selena. But here she is. She fixed it, and that's it. Those are sort of like the talking points, the highlights, okay? Moral of the story, girl, Wondermind hit a bump, but Selena did what the real ones do, girl. She showed up with her checkbook and her heart, honey, okay? And that's on rare, not problematic. All right, best friend. So this is the article. I'm going to go over it as quickly as possible, but I think it's important that we read the whole thing. Says here, Gomez's mom, Mandy Teefey, told employees recently that she took out a loan against her home to keep Wondermind, okay? Wondermind, a mental health startup confounded by singer, actor, and business mogul Selena Gomez, is in the midst of a crisis after apparently running out of cash and failing to pay its employees, vendors, and freelancers starting in late March. For now, the Los Angeles-based company, which employs around 15 people to publish articles, interviews, and podcasts about mental health topics, is being kept afloat by Gomez's mom and Wondermind CEO Mandy Teefey, who told employees on Thursday that she took out a loan against her home to pay back its outstanding debts. Employees have been repaid for one missing paycheck but are still waiting on another, while freelancers and vendors are owed tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. A Wondermind spokesperson says that the company has rectified the situation and that everyone who is owed money will receive it on Monday. Like many startups, Wondermind has been working through its own set of growing pains. The spokesperson told Forbes in a written statement, adding that in the coming days, we will be transitioning into a new chapter for Wondermind and continuing our important work in mental fitness that helps hundreds of thousands of people. Teefey declined to comment for this article, while Representative for Gomez did not respond to Forbes' request for comments. Gomez, 32, is one of America's richest self-made entrepreneurs with an estimated 700 million. Her fortune is largely tied up in rare beauty makeup line, which she started in 2020 and had nearly $370 million in revenue in 2023. She launched Wondermind in 2021 with her mom and Daniela Pearson, the founder and CEO of women's newsletters, The Newsette. Inspired by the founder's own individual mental health struggles, Pearson previously described the site to Forbes as a sexier, more entertaining competitor to sites like Psychology Today and WebMD. Quote, it honestly stemmed from a conversation we both had with each other, and it was about our journeys, and we ended up relating a lot to each other. And it was a turning point. Gomez said during a panel she and Teefey did about Wondermind last March at the Austin-based conference SXSW, she said this prompted them to question, quote, how can we do that for other people? In 2022, a year after its launch, Wondermind raised $5 million at a $100 million valuation in a Series A funding round led by Serena Williams' Serena Ventures, with participation from Sequoia Capital, Lightspeed Ventures, and the family office of real estate billionaire Barry Sternlicht. Despite the initial hype and its now wealthy celebrity co-founder, Wondermind seems to be in a dire financial straits. According to recordings and emails obtained by Forbes, somebody leaked this information to Forbes, allegedly, as well as interviews with 3 current Wondermind employees, all of whom spoke on the condition of anonymity for fear of retribution. In addition to money owed to staff members, 2 of these employees say the company owes $60,000 to a PR firm it previously worked with. One said Wondermind owes tens of thousands of dollars to freelance writers, some of whom haven't been paid in over 3 months. 2 current employees say problems began in January 2023. That's when Teefey became sole CEO. Pearson had been running the company with her as co-CEO, but exited that same month. It's unclear why. Both she and the company declined to comment on her departure. Either way, that's when Teefey, who had reportedly managed Gomez's career for many years, took the reins alone. According to her LinkedIn profile, Teefey was president of July Moon Productions, the manager of Gomez's film, TV, and music endorsements until 2014, after which she was CEO of Kick to the Curb Productions, which produced the 2017 Netflix series 13 Reasons Why. These 2 employees argue Teefey did not have the operational knowledge to make the brand succeed. According to these employees, Teefey turned down crucial brand deals if they wanted her daughter to be involved, including a multi-million-dollar deal with Airbnb, which they say contributed to the company's financial problems. Teefey's chief of staff, Emma Wright, described the employees' characterization of the failed Airbnb deal and as insanely, grossly misleading, but declined to give additional details. People who might have the option might not, people who might have the opinion might not know what happens behind scenes of negotiations. Wright also disagrees with the criticism of Teefey's leadership. Quote, I've just seen someone who has led with just pure grace, she says about Teefey. She has been singularly focused on keeping everyone's livelihoods and intact and keeping the company growing. Gomez, for her part, does not have an active role at Wondermind. She's listed as the Chief Impact Officer on the company's website. Quote, "We have to fight with her agent to get her to do anything for us, and she rarely does. And by do anything, I mean post something on Instagram or interview her for an article so it does good traffic," one Wondermind employee told Forbes, noting that Gomez met with the staff only once in 3 years. A company spokesperson insists that this is absolutely not true and argues Gomez's involvement speaks for itself. Though they may have been bubbling beforehand, the issues at Wondermind surfaced on March 31st when employees didn't receive a paycheck for the second half of the month. Later that day, Teefey sent an email to the staff with the subject line, quote, "Important update," informing them that their healthcare provider, Sakua, not to be confused with the venture capital firm, which became an investor in Wondermind in 2022, had terminated employees' benefits, including health, dental, and vision insurance 2 weeks prior on March 15, according to a copy of the email reviewed by Forbes. Quote, "We apologize for the email on a wellness day," Teefey started, going on to blame the troubles on a delayed payment from an investor. "As you are aware, we have been working tirelessly to secure our next round of funding. An investor who was lined up to provide some crucial bridge funding last week was not able to execute their transfer on time. While we have almost $8 million committed to our Series B and the bridge capital investors still working on to send in funds, we find ourselves in a situation we have worked hard to avoid," she wrote in an email. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Also, in the email, employees were told they would have to elect Cobra Coverage. Cobra is a federal law that allows for people in certain situations to temporarily continue their health plans. This applies to those who experience qualifying events, like if they're terminated from their job for a reason that isn't gross misconduct on their work hours, or their work hours are reduced. The employees who weren't told of any change to their working schedules in the email were informed they would need to cover the company's portion of premiums on the medical plan in addition to their own, but would be reimbursed after we raise our round. The next day, at an all-hands meeting, a recording of which was shared with Forbes, Teefey sought to quell employees' concerns, blaming the payroll and healthcare disruptions on a hiccup that happened in legal that would soon be resolved. She did not name the investor, apparently in the process of sending over funds, but she said she would have covered the missing payments herself if she could. After one employee raised concerns about the small size of the $8 million Series B investment round referenced in Teefey's email, the CEO suggested the round would ultimately be between $20 million and $30 million. She said the plan was to close the round as soon as possible so we can take care of all the debts, all vendors, all individuals, anyone we owe money for we want to cover ASAP and take care of and get out of that so we can move forward, Teefey said on April 1st call, describing the startup's next steps of launching an app, reaching profitably and grow from there. Another employee on the call asked if she should continue to hire freelancers despite complaints piling up about late payments for past projects. Quote, "I'm a bit concerned about when I send out assignments, I don't know if they're going to be the employee started, compensated or not." Teefey jumped in, advising the employee to be conservative over the next few days, but not seize on new projects. But 3 days later, on April 4th, in another all-hands meeting, Teefey had changed her tune. The call started with COO Bhavik Trivedi, the former vice president of operations at luggage company Away, assuring employees that money was in the pipes and would arrive that day or early the next day. Teefey then announced the company had secured enough funding to pay them through the end of the month, but said she but said they should put all projects on hold. Quote, I would just say we're not spending $1 on Mental Health Awareness Month, said Teefey, referring to the month of May. She noted that the company had been operating on strict budgets in the past and struggled to secure Series B funding as potential investors critiqued the company for having vanity metrics and no proof that we were holding on to a consumer. Employees were paid for the second half of March and first half of April through 2 wire transfers and were repaid for at least part of the company's portion of its health insurance payments. According to 2 current employees, however, Wondermind missed payroll again on April 30th, and employees haven't been paid since. The latest update came on Thursday afternoon when Teefey called yet another all-hands meeting, announcing she had taken out a loan against her home and that the company was in the process of paying back all its outstanding debts to employees, vendors, and freelancers. She said payments would be received on Friday and the cash would be able to sustain the company through the end of the month. Beyond that, she pointed to the Series B, quote, we're still negotiating. But on Friday, Teefey, the company's COO, posted a message in Slack saying that though money was received for payroll, it arrived just after the same day wire cutoff and will thus reach employees' bank accounts at midday on Monday. This left employees worrying about whether there will be yet another delay and if the company will be able to survive. Even if the loan does come through, based on the debt and what everyone is owed, maybe everyone will be paid off, but then what, says one person. For what it's worth, I think Mandy believes in this company to a fault. She means well. Still, there have been so many promises unkept. A new big opportunity is always on the horizon but never comes. I'm sad to see things go this way. As for the Celebrity Association, the employee added that until recently they felt secure knowing Gomez was a co-founder of the company, but it seems like her involvement is minimal and non-existent at this point, or we probably wouldn't be here, right? All right, so that was the very, very long article. You know what I always say whenever I read articles about Selena Gomez or anything to do with Selena Gomez. Oh, by the way, you guys, I do want to apologize. I know that I do mess up on a lot of words. So I have dyslexia. When there's a lot of like paragraphs and words, like words jump and sometimes I like lose focus and mispronounce. So I did try my very best. So I apologize if that was really tough. I know sometimes I get a lot of really, not so happy comments about my reading, but I do apologize. And, I do try my very best. So I'm sorry if that was very messy, but, I'm so grateful that now the truth is out. So if you guys didn't know, Selena Gomez immediately invested more money, okay, into Wondermind. That's number one that you should know. Into Wondermind, the mental health media company. Okay, so this is like the new kind of reports, okay? A source tells people exclusively that Gomez immediately invested more money into the company after learning of recent financial setbacks, okay? Selena Gomez immediately invested more money into Wondermind, the mental health media company she co-founded with her mother, Mandy Teefey, in 2021 when she learned of recent financial setbacks. The new insights come as Forbes reports that Teefey, the company CEO, told employees she was taking out a loan in response to outstanding debts, which included missed payments. Gomez teamed up with her mother and Newsed founder Daniela Pearson to launch Wondermind in 2021. On Saturday, May 10th, Forbes reported that Teefey, the company's CEO, told employees earlier she took out a loan. A source now tells people exclusively that is not true. That Teefey took out a loan to pay the salaries, adding that Gomez, 32, took action when she first learned of the issues late last week. Selena has invested millions of dollars over the years into Wondermind to support her mother and their shared passion for mental health, including when she was alerted about the most recent financial setback and immediately invested more money as she's not involved in the day-to-day operations. To invest in the future of the company, Mandy has chosen to take the lead here with a personal loan to invest in the future of the company. A Wondermind spokesperson told Forbes that the company has rectified the situation and everyone will be paid on Monday. So it's done. Okay, this was a little mishap, and I don't want to hear like, oh my God, you always support Selena Gomez. I will tell you this. I don't quite understand. I'm thinking that maybe Mandy didn't want to bother Selena. You know, just because Selena has all that money doesn't necessarily mean that Mandy's rolling out with that cash, right? I don't know how it works. Okay, first of all, I will say this. It is difficult to understand what really goes on behind the scenes with people, right? So I do just want to make very clear that I think we should, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt. I will say though that like now that it's rectified, everything is fixed. This was just a little blimp. I do hope that Mandy now is 100% open with Selena and telling her absolutely everything that's going on so that this never comes out again, because what happens is Selena looks bad, you know, because now people all over the internet are saying, how come you're a billionaire and your mother's taking out loans? You can't pay your employees, this and that. And they're not going to want to hear that everything is rectified. Now that this is out there, this is always going to be bad. This is why I wanted to read the article in full. I know this video is incredibly long, but this is why I wanted to read the article in full, because I know that there's going to be a lot of details that people are going to not mention, and they're just going to mention whatever fits their narrative. So that is why I read it. So anyways, what do we think? Let me know in the comments below. I love you all so much. I am incredibly grateful and thankful. I know this video was incredibly long, so I appreciate you watching. And I'm so grateful to end the week with you and to start the week off with you tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. And if you're missing your mama today, I love you very much, and I'm sending you so much love. Beedity, boppity, boo!